Hello everyone, I hope you are very fine and well. So today we are going to talk about a very important topic, that is active and passive, but with the use of present perfect sentences. And I hope you have watched my previous videos, that is part 1 and part 2 of active passive, where I have taught you about how to convert active into passive using simple present sentences and present continuous sentences. Now we're going to talk about converting active into passive using present perfect sentences. So let's get started without wasting any time. So for this one, we need to understand the syntax of a present perfect sentence and how it is written. Then we're gonna see how it is converted into passive using a proper syntax, right? So there are few things which you need to understand, and I'll be telling you once I write the syntax. So let's take a look how present perfect sentence is written. So as I said before, an active sentence, an active voice is written like this. In perfect sentence, subject plus has and have. I hope you know these things. So if you do not know something about these things, just make sure that you go to the tenses video in my channel and watch that, and then come back here to look at this one. Okay, so present perfect sentence is written like this: subject plus has have, plus we have v3 here, and then we have object, right? Subject plus has have plus v3 plus object. That is about the present perfect. Whenever we talk about perfect, it means that the v3 has to be used here, right? Now how this sentence will be converted into passive, so we'll take a look at here. Now as I said before in previous videos as well, that the object will be acting as a subject and this will be a passive subject. Then according to the subject, we will be using has and have, plus now this thing will make a difference in the passive. How you can recognize a sentence if that is in a passive form or not. In this one, we'll be using been. If a perfect sentence has to be converted into or is to be converted into passive, then you have to use been here, right? Been plus this v3 will come as it is, and then we have by, then we have object here, right? Subject, this object will be acting as subject, same has have, but it will be added with been. Been is the most important here because we are using perfect tenses. It's perfect in passive form. This is the only thing which is making a difference here, right? So I hope you have understood the syntax. We'll be using this syntax only to understand the examples and to understand active to be converted into passive. So let's take a look at the examples. So let's talk about some examples. I've written 4 examples here and we'll be converting them into passive form. So all these statements are in present perfect form. So if you can see, subject, has or have, third form, and the object. That's what I said before, that the present perfect tense is in this form, right? He has washed, they have cut, I have told. They all are in present perfect form. Let's convert them into passive. So this is the object here, right? These two are verbs and this is the subject. So this object will be converted into the subject. So the letter, right? You can see here, this is a technique to be used to convert them into passive, right? So we'll be taking help from here only. The letter, as we are talking about a singular one, so we'll be using has. Just remember, has is used for a singular person or a singular thing, and have is used for a plural version. This letter has, then we'll be using been, which is making a difference here. Just remember, to convert something into passive from active in present perfect, been has to be used. You have to learn it, right? So the letter has been, then v3, and this is the v3 only, we'll be using it as it is written. Then we have, sorry, not this one, written by Manish. I told in previous video as well that this thing by Manish, this is an optional thing. Even if you just stop here, this will be a correct sentence. Okay, I hope you have understood something. Let's understand more by going to the second example. He has washed the place. This is an active voice. Passive will be using the object. This is the object, and these two are verbs, and this is the subject. So the plates, as this is a plural form, we'll be using have. The plates have, we are done till here, then been will come. The plates have been, then V3. As perfect uses V3, we don't have to think about anything else. Just use it as it is. Washed by him. As I told in the previous video as well, he will be converted into him, she will be converted into her, I will be converted into me, right? So the plates have been washed by him. In Hindi, उसने plates धोए हैं और धो लिए हैं. Plates उसके द्वारा धोए गए हैं. So you can understand it like this, right? I have washed the plates are washed by me. This is how it is. Okay, let's go to another example. They have cut all the wires. So all the wires is an object, this is the verb, and this is something like subject. Okay, all the wires. Now this is a plural form. Now we'll be using have. All the wires have, then been, third form. Now just remember, cut, cut, cut. All the forms are same. V1, V2, V3 are same for cut. All the wires have been cut. Now even if you stop here, this is correct, but you can just add it by. They will be converted into them. That's how it is. Fourth, I have told a lie. This is object, these two are verbs, and this is subject. A lie, as we are talking about a single lie, so we're using has. A lie has, then been, told, tell, told, right? Third form. A lie has been told by, as I said, I will be converted into me, by me. So this is how we convert present perfect sentences into passive form, means active into passive form. So if you take a look at this one, all the things are same, just the difference is of being. This is making a difference, this is making a difference, right? So even if you are going for some exams like SSC, as I have given, what I have experienced is you can just wash out the options by the use of some keywords. As you know that if a perfect tense has been given in the active voice, if the passive has to be chosen, the been should always be there. So if other option does not contain been, only one option is there, you don't have to go for checking the entire option. Just whatever the option which is containing been, just check that one and move ahead. Just a trick, right? Okay, so let's take some more examples. Okay, so I've taken some negative sentences to understand more concepts. Okay, he has not informed his parents yet, right? So if we look at this, this is the subject, this is a verb, negative verb, main verb, right? And his parent will be acting as the object here, right? Yet is an extra one. We'll see how it is to be used. So we'll be writing his parents. Now it is plural, have. Now we'll not be writing been directly because every sentence has a proper syntax and a structure to be made. We'll be using have not because not is there. Have not been. Just don't make it like have been not, alright? Not have been. It's not like that. Have and been, if there is something extra to be used, and it will be used after have. Have not been, right? His parents have not been informed by him yet. You can use it like this. So even if you finish it here, that's a correct sentence. So his parents have not then been V3 informed by him, right? Another sentence, negative sentence. You have not read the Gita. The object, that is the Gita, is an object. The Gita singular has. We will not be writing been directly because not is there. Has not. Then we'll be writing been. Has not been read. The spelling is same. This is the V3. Has not been read by. You will always remain you, right? By you. The Gita has not been read by you. This is a passive. Okay, the last and a bit tricky, in which I've seen many people making mistakes using this word, where to fix this word in passive sentence and in the exams as well, right? Let's take a look. The maidservant have already washed the plates. So the plates is an object, washed is a main verb, this is a verb, and this is one is extra, and the maidservant is the subject. So object will come here, the plates. This is a plural one, so we'll be using have, the plates. Now the point is we'll not be using being directly here because this one is there. So the same case, right? Not was there, so we have used not after has or have. So we'll be using have, then already, right? Been. Now will come, been will come into the been. Washed is a third form only. V3. Washed by the maid servants. By the maid servants, right? So the plates have already been. I have seen people making mistakes, something like the plates already have been, or the plates have been already washed. No, this is not to be used like this, but the plates have, then something is there, like already is there, not is there, it will be always used after have and before been. So like the plates have already been, the Gita has not been, the parents have not been, right? So I hope you have understood the concept of active and passive in case of present perfect tense, and just take a revision, and if you want to revise it multiple times, it will be very much beneficial to you. So take a look at the video again and again and practice it more and more, right? Until then, take care. Goodbye.